Okay, there we go. Maayong buntag, maayong hapon, maayong gabi, no matter where you are in the world.
Yep. And
That-
we have breakfast.
You're gonna have to join us for breakfast this morning. We're running a little bit behind. We both overslept.
Okay.
And Cindy just checked the sound. We're actually broadcasting correctly today. Because I didn't do this in advance, it didn't have a chance to have the reset for me. So as people start showing up, they'll join us for breakfast. And in the meantime, I'm gonna grab some real quick. What's been going on with us? My apologies about no live stream or video last night.
Well,
That yesterday was just kind of a busy day, and it started out. It was pouring first thing yesterday morning, and so Papa and I didn't do the walking video. We did explore I think the squatters area behind where we live. It's actually really cool that there was supposed to be a shortcut to another area that even the owners talked about, even the owners of this place talked about.
Yeah.
But Papa asked one of the residents over there, and they said, no, that was shut off a couple of years ago. That was shut off a while ago. So you're not able to cut through any longer. The right-of-way access for some reason was taken away. So I may go explore the other end of it here in the next day or two. I may try to do a live stream from that area or getting to it and seeing if I can make the circle from that direction. Some of the areas, I'd almost rather have Papa with me. So it may wait until Monday when they get back.
Yeah.
But otherwise, Friday, tomorrow, I got to figure out something to go for a walking live stream. I try to do new areas more often than not, so that it's not just walking to the same area, same people, same everything. Then that's part of the reason why I went over to that one pavilion place and did a walking area from there. I just need to start branching out a little further and sometimes go back in areas that I hadn't been into in a while.
yeah. I'm
You
enjoying
can come over and join us too.
Yes, I'm joining. I'm really serious with my food. I take it seriously.
She's taken the eating for two adage very serious.
Yes. I just realized when I feel hungry and I said, no, what time is it? Almost 9.
Someone the other day, actually, and Cindy talked about it too, doing a Zoom meeting, either public or private, for the people who show up consistently. I'll include the address in the description at the end of it. If you guys are interested, definitely send me an email at john@billstophoenix.com. Yes, we actually have a website. We host a website that we not terribly well keep up, but we do have one, and we do have an email address for it.
Yes.
Yesterday, part of what was going on too is PLDT and their generosity, that they ran a promo that we didn't know what was going on, that they gave us 2 of the mesh units instead of the 3 for the next upgrade that we were looking at. And so now we have internet upstairs finally.
Yes.
When we first moved in, we had great 100 plus service here downstairs. But as soon as you went upstairs, it deteriorated horribly. By the time you get into the rooms, it was basically unusable.
Oh.
At this point, we have internet at 150 plus in all 3 rooms. And the TP-Link Deco 5 or whatever, M5 is the units they sent. They sent just 2, and I was a little concerned about that. But before we worried about it and decided to get another one or anything else, we just said, no, let's try these.
Yeah.
And it's working amazingly. So that means the printer and all that can move up to the office room. And we're probably going to move the table that we're on up to the office room, so we can start doing these from an office room and have a little bit better setup and a more permanent center. This has just been temporary. We knew that it wasn't going to be permanent here. It wasn't the intent for it to be permanent here. And we were just waiting for everything to get here. So the next big things that we would kind of like to do, or at least I would kind of like to do, is get a pair of desks for up there. So, how you been feeling?
Good. Really good. I have a long sleep. After I finish my breakfast. I only left 2 for you, so that's that. I'm feeling good.
Now it's your turn to talk so I can eat.
Okay, so Mama and Papa went back to Cebu yesterday. They're trying to divide the days between here for the meantime and to Cebu while Gigil is here. I guess after Gigil's training here, they're going to Manila because Mama and Papa needs to fix. Hi, Daniel. Good morning. Good day. Cereal.
Well, it's over now, but the Philippines version of Cocoa Krispies
Finished
and apples.
apples and banana.
Oh, somebody had a banana?
You want?
No, it's quite all right.
Actually,
I guess I'm gonna get a banana.
here. It's from Mama's banana trees. You need to get one. And then we'll share.
The other thing that was kind of cool to me,
Oh yeah, that's so funny. This is the one we have.
there you go, Cocoa Pops.
Because I do like that.
Yeah, somebody opened the bottom of the box.
It's me.
That growing up in the U.S., I didn't know that there were actually.
A lot of bananas. We call this tunday.
Oh yuck!
It's a banana.
Do you just get like sick allergic, or do you like explode and die allergic?
Just have a bite. It's super sweet. It's super sweet. Or you can finish now. Aw, that's not good. It's just all types of bananas. Well, there's only one. Because we have thousands of type of bananas here in the Philippines.
Yeah, growing up in the U.S., I never knew other than the one type. I guess Cavendish is the type that we have. But I never knew that there were other kinds of bananas.
Yeah.
And that until I got here and saw, 50 different varieties.
Yeah, that's we call it tundan. It's sweet, no? if it's really like good, right? That's you can taste that it's really sweet. That kind. Oh, he said I choke. He eats banana. Wow.
When we're doing these live streams, I'm using a fiber connection. That is a very good, very stable connection. And when I do the walking live streams, yeah, I'm using my phone.
Yeah, that's why it's
And that's why it's so spotty.
spotty.
She does orange juice. I do Tang pineapple juice.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for bearing with us for breakfast. That, like I said, we had a late start this morning.
So your phone is free.
Can you restate that question? Do I have free data on my phone? No. I have to load my phone. I load my phone excessively because of that.
Either Globe or Smart. No.
And as a matter of fact, because of that, I keep dual SIMs on that phone. Just because of the spottiness of internet here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where are my phones? Back in the center.
Did you find your phone? Oh, we didn't eat your sourdough bread. You're good too? Good. Okay, let me just put this in.
Okay. Oh, yes, my phone is free. But that actually begs another question that I probably should do a YouTube video on. I could have done that yesterday. I didn't think about it. I have two different phones.
Philippine phone and American.
I have an American phone with an American phone plan, T-Mobile.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason I have that still is I get a message. I'm sorry, I mean squirrel. There we go. The reason I have the American phone too is T-Mobile is really good.
Yeah.
And yes, you can message me on Facebook, no problem. Currently, you can text me. You can. I'm way too wired in.
As which phone do you use Messenger? FB Messenger.
Actually, I use Facebook Messenger on my American phone. That because I do get free data on my American phone, and it's okay data. That what did I do?
You just click like, go back.
Show me. Cindy understands Facebook way better than I do.
Where's your
What are you
message?
looking for?
Where's your message? Where's your message? Okay, click that one. There you go.
Okay. There we go. Yeah, I get my messages that way. And for text messaging, what do I want to say this? For non-video calls, it does great for even like Facebook Messenger and stuff like that. To do a video chat, it can be spotty, but it's generally okay on even the T-Mobile data. Our original intent was to go back to the US a little bit more frequently than plans have since been adapted. And so we both have American numbers there.
Yeah,
Now somebody else pointed out something that might be a benefit for us to keep the phones and may not. That these short code text or something like that, the ones that you get are from like 997, is the number for the text message you get. Not all of these services can do that, and I'm not sure about Google Voice, and I'm going to need to find out. And it is kind of nice, especially as heavy data as I do go through doing the live streams. It is nice having a free data plan, but is it worth the money that we spend each month on getting that free data plan? I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's something we're going to have to discuss and debate over the next few months, and whether or not it's worth continuing having it, because Google Voice, and I just found that out.
Charge us?
No, Google Voice is still free, but where and when I signed up, which was a while ago, and I didn't really know this.
I guess because it's business purposes.
Oh, I think because you're on our business page.
Yeah.
Hang on.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, my apologies. That yeah, we've got way too many pages, apps, and all that other good garbage. But my Philippines phone I use here, but for a few reasons. I really don't put a whole lot of American information on it.
Hey, Brandon. How are you?
Trying to keep them separate. Morning, Mr. Brandon. How you doing today? Where's your book? Where's your notebook?
Yeah, Phoenix, Arizona. He's in Phoenix.
Yeah, I need my cheat sheet. I'm sorry, people.
Phoenix is in Canada. Thank you, Daddy.
That I'm not sure if we have.
Good afternoon.
It's actually evening there, I think.
Evening. Because Brandon is on the Southwest Valley side of the region. Hi, the Philippine Experience. How are you doing?
Just confirmed. Hey, Philippine Experience, how you doing? So it's getting a little bit more definite for you to get here? That already approved. So any news on the flights yet? And you're welcome to do that by email if you don't want to do that publicly, and I can appreciate that one. Hey, Mr. David Brown, how you doing today? Well, he's in New Zealand, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, I asked Cindy to bring out her cheat sheet for me again.
Maybe that's what it said. I have a question for Philippines.
Then we really do need to set up a time that,
Yeah, set it aside, tell them, because most of them are the one who only watch our, so why must do, they're available.
I know, but I've got a few of them on different formats to contact, but I don't have all of them on one format to contact and
Send
organize
them the
this.
link with the Zoom. That's a lot easier. It's either they're using,
Can I send a Zoom link by email, by messenger, by?
yes. Yes. I'll show you.
Okay. This weekend, Cindy and I will sit down and practice this.
See? And then you can see the face. Look at that.
We're online with others as well. That, now how can I do this? I'm not sure how I can do this from where I'm at.
There you go. Put it here.
So are you okay if I turn you around and let you sit, let the world see you?
I might need to bring my,
I'm not sure how this is gonna work.
the phone desk I got.
With all the apps and everything else I've got, I know I can make this work somehow.
There you go.
There we go.
It's just all white, John. It's the bright. Right in your phone. Put it on night mode somehow. Oh, echoed also that, John, because we have this and it go gets.
There we go. Did that help with the echo? I'm trying to find the brightness adjustments.
Settings. You go display. And there you go. Good. Good. Okay.
See, I knew we could figure this out.
Yes, no more echo.
Okay, there we go. We're gonna have to,
Add another one.
there we go. And
Push down. Okay. We can hear him.
yeah, then we can't.
Because you turn up the,
And it's cute. You can see the camera in there.
the camera was the one facing. So funny.
Hey, where there's a will, there's a way.
Okay. He has
Because of, for whatever reason, there's about 3 to 5 second delay between when I speak here and it comes out the sound, which is why there's sometimes a little bit of delay in comments and stuff.
You might try to lower the volume because he has questions for the Philippine experience too. That's why he called. Try that.
I have to do that through,
Well, try again. We'll just have the questions. It's like he's in the room with you. Yep, I agree.
is there,
I agree.
is there still getting to be the bad echo? Yeah. And it's because of that delay in sounds.
Yeah, I just read the question in the chat. We'll just help Daniel and our.
Yeah.
There you
It's
go.
because of the delay that and I've never figured out why. I've done similar setup with another friend of ours and realized that there's about a 3-second delay, and it doesn't matter the quality of your internet or anything else. When I'm watching, Cindy has our live stream going.
He said, we'll chat in FB later.
That'll work.
I like that one. We can see him.
That and here's a standing offer for anybody that's here right now. My Facebook account is John John Rowe ROE, and the phone number that's linked to it. I just got
Oh, okay. The phone number that links to it. Sorry.
Yeah. The phone number that's linked to it is area code 602.
Because it's live stream, everyone can go and see. You can chat to them your phone number.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. I thought you'd already bought tickets. That that ding was you. Daniel actually request
Brandon.
or Brendan actually doing a friend request. That
Hi, Michael and Heidi. There's a delay in your song.
oh, there you go. Like I say, between what I see here, what goes up, what pops up on the actual live stream and voice, that there's delays, and it's kind of goofy.
Interesting.
That I've Philippine experience that I that's the last thing I've heard. That if you test negative after 3 days, you still have to do the 14-day or whatever,
They will not
but you
do
can
the-
self quarantine.
I think they do. They will no longer do the 14 days quarantine.
Oh, it's just you're done.
Yeah, you just need
Okay,
to.
I guess that's
your-
changed in the last couple of days.
Yeah, you just need to do swab test and you're good. Oh, cool, Danielle. Thanks for that.
I missed that. What was it?
He said he has a paper that showed to us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for the swab test, you need to pay an arrival.
I have volume today. I actually know what's going out. That and these policies are changing, so I was thinking quick that Mark Shoemate was saying that if he comes from Negros Occidental, what's the northern Negros Island? Occidental or Oriental?
Accidental.
If he comes from Negros Occidental, which is actually Region 6, that he has to go through a quarantine, and they're being restrictive and all that fun stuff. So, but I know people coming from Dumaguete don't necessarily have to, because people came from Dumaguete with minimal issues. And your brother
coming
went,
from Bohol, it's different too.
but your brother went to Mindanao and didn't. It just varies. The patchwork of restrictions here are crazy.
Yeah. like what Michael and Heidi said, at this rate with the ever-changing rules in Philippines, it will be a long time before we come back as a family. The quarantine is too long going. Yeah, because
Yeah.
each town has different protocols. Because in Simula, they stopped the quarantine. They don't do quarantine anymore. Because when Gigil arrived in Simula, he does not do quarantine.
Yeah, because when we got here, the governor said no more 14-day quarantine if you tested negative.
Yeah.
But Sabunga made everybody coming in, and that's the only thing that kept my sanity is there was a seaman or an OFW that escaped
Oh,
and
yeah.
got busted.
Oh, yeah.
There was a local OFW that came back and they blew off the quarantine and they got busted and that they were made to do their quarantine, their 14 days all over.
Yeah.
Started from ground zero and do it in the
Community.
the community center, the freaking public basketball court.
Oh.
Now, yeah, I've heard.
Each town has different. Because my brother came from China. He does not. He does not need to do a 14 days quarantine.
Oh, he didn't?
He did not. Gigi didn't.
But they made him have the pick.
But he did not submit it.
Oh, somebody came up and physically picked him up.
No. He just gave a paper and never. The captain, well, we know the captain, so the captain did not get it.
Right.
We
But,
have a party in the 3 days, and the captain, you're good. You don't need to do that.
well, right. But what I'm saying is when he came from Manila to here,
Oh, yeah, somebody picked it up.
the OA said you didn't need barangay clearance, but when the OA here picked him up, said, no, you do need it. And that was a little bit of confusion. But when he got to Sabunga didn't make him do the 14-day quarantine? Oh, I had to do that.
No.
Oh,
You
now I'm
see-
ticked.
You see how he's everywhere?
I figured that was just him.
No. If he's like, if the Sibunga is so strict with it, then he needs to stay at home. Yeah. Yeah, I would, it's,
Going back to the States doesn't seem to be the issue.
no, it's just, yeah.
But there's a lot of people that want to go back to the States for a couple months and come back here that are really hedgy about going back. Michael, do you have your 13A yet? If you have your 13A, that's generally a means of getting into the Philippines with your Filipino spouse or children.
Daniel said, if you fly to Cebu and have ongoing ticket to Davao, Manila, you have to quarantine for 4 days.
So you have a 14-day layover in Cebu? Or do you have it in
No,
elsewhere?
No, Daddy. Why you said 14?
Because you said you had to quarantine for 14 days. But do you have a 14-day layover in Cebu while you're in quarantine?
No, the question, read it again. If you fly into Cebu and you have ongoing ticket to Davao, Manila, China, you have to quarantine for 14 days.
Right, but where do you do the quarantine? Here in Cebu or where your flight is?
That's the question.
And that's what I was trying to ask. Do you have a 14-day layover or do you do the quarantine at the destination?
Because my friend from Asturias, for coming from Phoenix, they fly from Phoenix to Seattle to Manila, but they need to do 5 days quarantine in Manila.
But they entered country in Manila.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then when they came here in Cebu, they just need to do 2 days quarantine and then go straight to Asturias. They did not do. Anyway, that's the difference.
Oh, Philippine experience. Over here, you ask 5 people, you can get 10 different answers.
I agree with that.
On a good day, you might be able to get like 15 different answers from 5 people. Because at least one of them's gonna change their answer a couple times.
Yeah.
The quarantine issue doesn't change no matter what type of visa you have.
Yeah, they go to quarantine.
Currently, they are allowing the buy-in visas on arrival, I think. But that changes so sporadically that quite literally, by the time you begin your flight, it might be different by the time you land, especially coming from the States or from Europe.
Yeah. Oh, Daniel asked me how many days did your friend quarantine in Manila? Well, they came here last March. They were quarantined 5 days. That's March, okay? Now it's
A couple months ago, March?
Yeah, a couple
Okay.
months ago, March. So they quarantined 5 days, and then when they arrived here in Cebu, it's supposedly 1 day quarantine, but they stayed 3 days in the hotel because they have a lot of stuff to do when they go here.
Oh, they stayed 3 days by choice.
Yeah, by
Okay.
choice.
Okay.
And then they go to Asturias because they have 2 kids, and the wife is pregnant. My friend is pregnant, so.
Yeah, you definitely can give a plug to any of that stuff because any current information is a really good one. That Grandpa channel I've ran across once or twice out of Pennsylvania, the older gentleman, he's another really good one, but I can't remember the name of his channel. But he keeps on top of a lot of that stuff, especially for people that are moving. David, that's one quirk to YouTube. She'll get comments on watching the live stream off of her channel
First, and then there's
a few seconds before I get them here.
Yeah.
But what we say and speak takes a few seconds to come up on her watching the channel. And that's part of what was causing the echo when there was a voice here, is because of the 3 conflicts. That she'll normally leave her channel, leave her volume up long enough to ensure that the sound and everything is working correctly, then immediately turn it down because of that. And that's why we want to have to turn off the volume on this.
I will write it down. Philippine experience. Jennifer Terry. He said,
Can you throw down a note for a video idea about why I keep T-Mobile?
okay.
Yes, the other day I made a comment of possibly a really good video idea, and I watched most of the video and I can't find it where I said it. So this time I'm getting smart. I'm having her take notes. She's kind of the secretary treasurer of this organization.
Secretary, treasurer, I'm president. I'm kidding.
You're president and CFO both.
No, there is no specific thing. Okay, for us, it is the quarantine in Manila. We're supported quarantine in Jensen. Woo, we have both full vaccine.
Yeah, it's getting kind of silly, and the vaccine, those who are vaccinated aren't really getting the benefits that they were assured that they were going to get as far as travel.
Yeah, because my friend already have that friend of mine that came here last March. They both of them and the kids have vaccine, but they still need to go the quarantine. And that's why
I know that gets.
They're so pissed because they thought if you have COVID vaccine, there's no need for quarantine, but they're still quarantined.
I know, and it gets crazy stupid.
Hi, Yara.
Hey, Yara, how you doing?
I cannot hear us saying hi.
We're working on arranging a Zoom meeting Monday morning.
What?
Did anybody interested in the Zoom meeting? Unless you do, try and find my Facebook.
We'll do practice the two of us in like 30 minutes so you can see how it works. You're the host and so forth, and how you invite the link and so forth. And yeah, I'll teach you. I'll do tutorials on how is Sunshine doing?
Oh, we got some updates. We got some updates.
Yeah.
Sunshine is mechanically fine finally.
Yeah.
Since you're up and going.
Coffee?
Hello? The Sunshine mechanically is fine. He managed to figure out why the OBD2 wasn't working right and got that corrected and ran it again, and everything comes back fine. Right now, it's literally down to some cosmetic work and getting some things getting some little things buttoned up. Then I bought an inverter for the car, so that way we could have chargers and we could plug stuff in and so on and so forth. Because we're starting to go out on a lot of beach trips and stuff like that, to where it would be nice to have something like that. And so I've got a pretty big inverter that goes straight to the battery, and it's set up on an on-off switch at the dash, as well as an internal on-off. He's got that up and functioning. Everything's great. That I need to ask him to try and plug something in and make sure the inverter works right. If not, the wiring is all there to where I can get a much better inverter and put on it. Unfortunately, we are legitimately hitting the rainy season, and the last big function he needs is like where the front and back bumpers were put on, and some of that stuff needs painting from where he did a little bit of body work to make everything match up. And other than that, it's done. Finally.
It would be more healthy and
Sunshine is actually almost ready. Finally. And that is going to be a vlog review, that's going to be a vlog that we do. That is Sunshine's hospitalization and new life, new lease on life. There we go. We'll have to call that one the Sunshine Saga. Anybody that's I'm shooting out in all kinds of different directions today. Anybody that's interested in doing the Zoom meeting.
We know Daniel, Brandon.
Give my personal Facebook account. And if you don't have my personal Facebook account, go to John at Phil's to Phoenix. That one I know is linked. And the about page is the email address. It's on that.
Good job, John.
Stupid.
Who's winning?
I managed to beat it.
Cool.
That you're gonna have to correct the address because it thought that I was sending a message to Phil's to Phoenix. But John at Phil's to Phoenix is philstophoenix.com is my email address for this account. And it's on the email address for the about page too. But shoot me an email so that I know where to send these invites to if you don't have our Facebook account. These are a few things that I'm gonna have to play with this weekend. And this gives me a few days to do that. But
Question, go ahead. I'm not really a geek, but I can help you.
well, you are in some areas. Could I send the invites to the links through the Facebook
Yes,
business page?
yes. You can put it, here's the link, here's the, it's a lot easier. We can post it in our Facebook page.
Okay. For any of you that haven't liked our Facebook page, the Phil's to Phoenix Facebook page, definitely give that one a like. And I'll start posting the information Sunday morning and then again Sunday night.
I'm doing great, Michael and I. And the baby doing. I'm trying to avoid sweets, salty, coffee. Yeah, I just more fruits and vegetables and fish.
But you like fruits and vegetables and fish. So that's really not.
So no
that,
snacks, like I try no chichirya, no junk foods. But sometimes I like to have a small piece of Nova or chips, and then so I told Mama just bring the all to Cebu so I cannot have it. So just Skyflex, and then more apple, banana, guayabano, orange, and more fruits, more veggies. So,
Brandon, about a couple hours after that, I had this horrible belch. that was way worse flavor than the durian was.
yeah. I even have the Tums. I like durian though, but I'm just pregnant.
Yeah, that she did the Tums, and I probably should have, but it actually wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
Would I do it again? Yeah, probably. Speaking of durian, I had another friend of mine that he was in the Philippines, Vietnam era. He was a jarhead. And we do have a video of me doing balut for the first time from a couple of years ago.
3 years ago.
3 years ago. Would anybody here be interested in me doing a live stream of balut?
On the dayline? Okay, sorry.
Maybe. I don't know. I'd have to work out the logistics of that one to do it at a time where most people would be around to watch.
I'll let you do it. I will not watch you.
I figured that'd be a good one to do with Jen or Papa.
Yes, with my brothers, not me.
See, Daniel, I didn't mind balut at all. That didn't bother me at all.
Just don't put the vinegar and the salt.
Yeah, I wasn't in love with the vinegar that they had. That was a little bit too.
Better.
Wasn't really spicy, but it was just harsh.
Better. No, I just don't like it. Maybe the pinangkurat, the one that we have on the lechon, to put that.
That might be a little bit better.
Yeah. I don't eat the crunchy part. So.
Again, that really didn't bother me.
I don't eat the crunchy part. Oh, wait, you did not eat the crunchy part. Oh yeah, you eat it.
That didn't bother me. It was just kind of no different than get a little bit of eggshell in your eggs.
You eat
and if you've ever seen the way I manage to shell a hard-boiled egg, you'll understand why that doesn't bother me. Yeah, I'm not terribly good at it. I normally let her do it. That to help with the visual component, the one thing I was told is try it after dark your first time. Just not in darkness, but where the visual wasn't quite as bad.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure if I completely lost connection or he just turned off his camera for a minute. And we did that, and it was kind of dusk. And you still saw, but it wasn't, it was blatant.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that bad. Looks of food normally doesn't bother me. The look doesn't bother me. The smell bothers me more than the looks. Oh, yeah, that's no good. But yeah, we lost the call. No worries.
Excuse me, I'm drinking my milk.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Oh, I had my voice turned off. That's why.
Does it echo? Remember? Oh my God, time flies so quickly. John, you're on 51 minutes now.
Oh, okay.
Don't get distracted.
Who's this?
Sure, ask them. Or ask
Who's
them.
I found you.
Well, ask them. Just message
John
them.
V. Reisner. Yeah, message him for me. I got a couple messages on my phone, so I'm having her do the secretary duties. That they were actually sent to the Facebook business page, Built to Phoenix. We'll definitely have to do that. That Monday morning, for anybody that's on here, Monday morning, well, Monday this time, because I realize for some it's evening, some it's morning, some it's for Monday around this time, we'll plan on doing
See,
a Zoom meeting.
because it's easier. You do that.
And that way, the inner group can kind of get together and have a more interactive chat. And that's kind of cool too.
Okay, so we have Brandon.
And for me and for this purposes,
We get
I think
email.
Philippines time will probably be best. And that way everybody can correct to their local times, because I know that some are East Coast and West Coast in the US, which are hugely different times. I know we've got a New Zealander here. So that
We'll do Philippine time. So it's
we'll just use Philippine Standard Time is the base. Yeah, because it's 9:56 a.m. Thursday here.
the Philippines.
I've done things like that too, David. Modern technology is great, but man, it can be horribly confusing at the same time. Modern technology is quite unquestionably a huge double-edged sword. It's got some amazing perks, being able to do stuff like this. But yeah, it can get confusing and horrible at the same time.
This is it keep changing, help you learn more, which is really good.
And this is definitely true that
It's like the same with my other Filipinas in Phoenix, like they're around 60s and they didn't even know how to operate the computer. So I need to teach them back the basic. And they will I need to sit down and teach them, okay, this is how you do it. This is, and it's really cool.
I've got a friend of mine lives on the East Coast of the US. Yeah. That dude is a huge technophobe. The only reason he has a cell phone even, he worked nights in New York City and lived in the Poconos. And his car broke down overnight on one of the back roads getting to the freeways. Yeah. And he wound up there for a couple, 3 hours until finally somebody came by that had a cell phone and was able to get help on the way for him. And so finally he got one of these Cricket prepaid cell phones, and that's the only thing he's ever done with it. And he admits the minute his job's over, he's getting rid of that even. Other than keeping it in the car's glove box, he never carries it with him. He sent me a text message one time because his minutes were running out and he wanted to burn off his minutes. So he sent a bunch of people a text message to burn off the credits he had instead of letting them expire. His girlfriend had to show him how to do that even though, which was kind of comical. Daniel, I used to tease Cindy about that when we were still at that getting to know before we actually met in person.
Yeah.
I kept on teasing Cindy that she's in my future.
Yes.
Because he was 15 hours ahead of time from Phoenix.
That was 6 years ago.
Oh,
7 years ago. Almost 7.
yeah. This July will be 7 years ago. That yeah, I'm going back and make sure I kept up with all messages.
What else?
What else is going on?
I know.
From now until Monday, it's back to just Cindy and I on our own. And I'm going to try and convince her to go over to One Pavilion Place with me today or tomorrow, maybe,
I don't know.
and check out those 2 desks that we saw.
We're gonna walk?
We can.
No.
No, we take a.
Dana said, when cell phones came out, I swear I never did.
I know a lot of people that did. There was actually another guy that I used to work with. It was the same way as that buddy of mine back east, and virtually the same thing happened to him, except he was at work. That he was a motorhome operator, so he was typically out by himself. And up until that point, at any time that something happened, he always had somebody else there that had a cell phone. And it never dawned on him that when he took the job as a broom operator, that wasn't going to be true any longer. And something happened where the electrical system shorted out on a broom completely. Really? There we go.
Go to the shower, do a good sunshine video. Yeah.
That there have been a few people that have kind of had them forced upon cell phones forced upon them, and haven't been terribly happy with it. But it's life in the modern world, and it's they can be an electronic leash, but they can also be an electronic lifesaver. People are getting a little too strange with them at sometimes. I've seen people going down the road here in the Philippines driving a scooter and texting. That one kind of scares me.
Oh yeah.
But they seem to manage to pull it off. So I don't know. I've got mine. When I do, I've got mine on a holder. To use Google Maps on. The Google Maps is a really cool thing. That's a godsend.
Yep.
That'd be another good one. Right down the video topic, Google Maps. Yeah, I have these really cool video topics that I did in 30 minutes. I forget them, and I can never go back and remember them. Without question, my son back in Phoenix, that it tends to be an addiction for him. And you can ask her, playing video games on freaking cell phone for me can be a really bad problem at times.
Yeah,
There's
'cause
times
me
I've
too.
got to get I've just got to delete the games.
Because when I need your attention, I said I need your attention because you're like busy playing games. No,
Yeah, I don't sit well. I don't sit still well. And in that respect, the cell phone has been a huge blessing. Like when we went down to LTO and had to wait for our licenses, I just sat there and read a book and played games on my phone. That I read a book on my phone, I played games on my phone, and I managed to kill the time that way. Cindy really doesn't do that,
yeah,
and
I got frustrated.
it caused a huge amount of frustration on her. The drawback to me is I will sometimes get so wrapped up in the games that I don't get off them, that I spend way too much time on them. Back quite a while ago, there was a game that I used to like to play on the computer. This is long before smartphones. This was back in the 90s. Called Caesar 3. That I had Caesar and Caesar 2 and loved it. It was one of the early empire building games that was set in Rome. And they came out with a trial download version. And what was cool, it was a full version. You got to play the full version.
Yeah.
But the trial part was you couldn't save your progress. That when you ended the game, you had to restart. But if you left the game open, it continued to play without you there monitoring it. And so if you left it open, your progress was going to get destroyed anyhow. So you still had to be there. And I downloaded it one Friday night after work. And it didn't dawn on me because I'd gotten sandwiches, and my ex-wife had came in. My son was toddler at that point, kindergarten or somewhere in that range. But it was Sunday afternoon before I realized that I had spent the entire freaking weekend sitting there playing that game. And yeah, it was kind of at that point that I realized that there was an issue. Now Google Maps, like anything else, I've heard the same thing on Maps Me, Waze, the whole 9 yards. A few years ago, there was a guy in Michigan that wound up on a snowmobile trail during the summer. That the snowmobile trail had somehow got on Google Maps as a road, and Google Maps was trying to navigate him through a lake. And Google Maps has its limitations, and you got to use your common sense. Harley Davidson made a navigator. Garmin was the manufacturer. Garmin had a navigator that they made for Harley Davidson, and we got into an area that I knew that there was a better road to take. But I was familiar enough with the area from driving truck several years earlier that I knew that there was a better road and a more direct road, but wasn't familiar enough to know the landmarks, especially after dark. And I knew that it was taking me in some strange, bizarre thing, but I couldn't get it to correct well enough to go back to that main road. And to this day, I have no idea why. And I tried fighting with it a few times to get it to re-navigate back to there, and it wouldn't do it. And wound up taking some really bizarre back roads. Google Maps the other day, we were up at Marco Polo over here, and
it took me down a side street instead of the main road. Google Maps, I generally trust because it will typically will get me back out of someplace. But again, I try to use my common sense. I've turned around when it looked like it was going into some areas that I didn't want to go to. It's kind of goes back to that double-edged sword of technology. You got to be careful with it. Yes, I did. That I had 2007 Ultra Classic. Great bike, loved riding it. And just got to, it just got to be more expensive and hassle than it was worth. Cindy's leaving me. It's been over an hour, and somebody's been telling me it's been over an hour for a few minutes now. So out of respect to your people's time, I truly appreciate you guys coming around here. But it's time for us to say, Mabuhay. Oh, very cool.